Hello, my name's Mel and you're watching Growing Together. So earlier this year I said that I would be breaking these videos up into a few different series and they would come up once a month, and then I kind of stopped doing that because I wanted to focus a lot of my energy into putting together some videos that would help during everyone's having to homeschool their children. But here in Australia, schools have gone back. Everyone's back to normal now as much as possible. So I thought that I would also go back to doing those videos as I said I would be doing them. So that means that today's video is going to be a 5 activities series video. And for this, I'm going to tell you 5 activities that you can do with your children in the car. So the first one is I Spy. And I'm sure that many of you, if not all of you, have played I Spy with your kids at least once before, if not many, many times. I Spy is really easy and really fun because you don't have to have anything with you. You just have to look out the window and say, I spy something. The traditional form is to say, I spy something that begins with a letter or a sound. But of course you can modify it depending on the age and ability of your children. So for younger children, I often decide to go with something that is coloured green, or something that makes a certain noise, or something along those lines. Of course, if you're going for letters, then the letter and the sound, so something that starts with the letter M, is always a great option as well to help kids even older primary school children who haven't necessarily got all of their sounds and letters figured out. So like I said, this is a relatively easy one. As you're driving past, you just say, I spy something beginning with T. And when they get it, they get a turn. So that was I Spy. The next one is along a similar line, but that is for slightly older children. They need to have at least got a grasp on reading letters, and that is for looking at number plates and making up names. So if it's MNY, then the name might be Minnie, or you could just not make up names but say what word it most looks like. So MNY would be Minnie. It does require that there be other cars around, of course, so if you're going on a long drive on a highway or something like that, maybe not the best option. But if you are in the city, this is a fantastic option to do. Again, you don't really need anything very much with you, just an imagination and the ability to look out the window and look at some number plates. Number 3 is really easy again, and it's basically just making up songs. So it might be that you again look out the window and let the world around you inspire you. So you might say, let's make up a song that has something to do with what we see out the window right now in the sky. So it might be clouds, so you have to make up a song to do with clouds. Or perhaps you make up a song that is based on the number plate that you just saw. So again, you would be saying a word that the letters look like, and then you make up a song to do with that word. So this is pretty open-ended, which is fantastic for children anyway because they need open-ended stuff to get their brains working. So that was making up a song. The next one I'm going to mention is one that worked really well on my sister and I because we were quite competitive when we were younger. It may not work that well on your kids. If you tried it before, then, you know, a lot of parents try it as a way to get their children to stop talking, and that is the quiet game. Basically says you have to be quiet for a certain number of minutes, and the child that is quiet for those minutes is the one that wins. My sister and I, as I said, we're very competitive. We love that game. I know some friends of mine who said their parents tried it on them, and they weren't falling for it. They knew it was a ploy to get them to stop talking. No harm in giving it a try. Maybe if you play it in normal circumstances, not necessarily when your kids are being super noisy, but when your kids are being, you know, normal, and then they can play it as a who can be the longest, and then when they are being super noisy, you could pull it out and it's normalized. Anyway, that's just an option. And the final game is 20 questions, where they have to think of something and you ask 20 questions and they say yes or no answers. So you have to ask, or you could think of it and they ask, but the questions have to be have to inspire yes or no answers. You think of things that you think it might be, and you try and guess what it is. So that's always a really fun one to do on long trips because it is quite timely, and it also doesn't require you to have anything except your imagination and stuff around you. So obviously you have both of those things when you're in a car. So those were my 5 activities that I would like to suggest for you to do in a car. All of them, as I said, are pretty easy and easy to do without having to bring anything. Of course, you can bring stuff for your kids to do while they travel in the car. You could bring colouring in books, you can bring books for them to read. All of that sort of stuff works just as well. So not limited to these activities, but I wanted to suggest them to you. So that was that for this video. Next week we will be talking about 3 different lunchbox options for your kids that you can throw in their lunchbox, they can take to school or care. Week after that I'll be showing you some more book recommendations, and then again week after that we'll be going into something else to do with child development and learning. So please stay tuned for those videos. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it interesting and valuable. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later.